Hello everyone and welcome back. So I have another great video. We're going to watch another power spammer get taken on by our hero here. It's one of my viewers. His username is Katakura Rosu, and wearing the nice little green and white. Not in the Totoku clan, but like his color choice. And so let's take a look at the setups. Guess we'll start with this side. Alright, we have 4 Naginata Samurai, a Katana Cavalry, interesting, a Naginata Warrior Monks right here, Yari Samurai in the back, and 2 Boashigaru. Now, what I also really like about this video is I get to really illustrate how you should use Naginata Warrior Monks, or at least how you should be having to use them. And he does a great job with them. I'm going to talk about that. So let's talk about the enemy first, though. Look at this, a lot of spam. Naginata Warrior Monks, Naginata Warrior Monks, Naginata Warrior Monks, Naginata Warrior Monks, and then 2 Katana Samurai. So his infantry seems to be 6 right here, 4 Warrior Monks, and there's the 2nd Katana Samurai. Oh, and there's another one. There's 5 Naginata Warrior Monks and 2 Katana Samurai. I believe that was all. Let me triple speed just to make sure everything's out in the open. Yes. Nope. Haha, there were 3 Katana Samurai. In terms of veterans, looks like it's just the 3 Katana Samurai. Veterans over here, we have some pretty experienced units. These Naginata Samurai are level 2, 3, 3, 5. The Boashigaru, rank 7, going to come very much in handy against these Naginata Warrior Monks. So let's look at the what's going on here. Katakura was kind of moving up shortly, right at the beginning, to kind of attack the enemy. But if you notice what the enemy's doing, he's just making a beeline right towards the good guy here. And, well, we're going to see how you're going to respond to that. He's just going to try and power spam over here. That's what Blue's doing, just going to run right into his force. And so Katakura is going to make a good decision and pull back shortly. Here we go. Katakura is going to set up a nice defensive position using this hill. Now I know what you're thinking. But Fishy, isn't that camping? Just sitting there and making the enemy come to you? Yeah, listen up, idiot. There's a difference between defending and camping. If the enemy is coming right at you like this in a beeline, why wouldn't you set up a defensive position? I mean, here he comes. He's coming for him. And Katakura, like many bad campers, actually sets up a very good defensive position. He thinks about his strengths and weaknesses, and he's got a nice position here. We have the slight uphill for the ruining the enemy's charge. Wisely moving up his Naginata so they'll be far enough away from the bows where they won't be able to do much damage, and the bows will be free to shoot overhead right into the enemy forces, and against Naginata Monks, that's going to be huge. His Naginata Monks are moving up too to support the main infantry line, and the enemy is coming right for him. So I will fast forward until the enemy gets a little closer, or at least until the bow starts shooting. And yep, the enemy is just coming right at him, and Katakura will be waiting for him to close. The Boashigaru are just about to start shooting. Here they go. And they have just a great firing angle, no hills to get in the way, and they're just going to start ripping into these monks. Lost 8 in that first volley, and the monks with their low armor are just going to get torn apart by these bows. See, a very disorganized attack here by Blue, and obviously wasn't thinking about his attack. He was thinking enough to put his guys in loose formation at least, recognizing that his bows could tear up his forces. At least he can recognize his weakness there. But he doesn't recognize his strength. He has a numbers advantage in the infantry. Why would you just run right into the infantry line like this? He could have had some flanking, gotten around, tied down those missile units, tried to surround him, but instead he just runs right into the infantry line, right into his trap. So it's going to be very easy to deal with for the defender. Pops his war cry way too soon. You need to be using that when they're wavering, because not only will the enemy be able to counter with a rally like he just did, but look, the morale penalty isn't going to be that big when your morale is full. You need to save that for when you're about to break and then pop the war cry. Try and get him to break. So Katakura doing a great job here with the Naginata Warrior Monks, keeping them on reserve, not wasting them, seeing how the battle line is going to develop and putting them where they're most needed. Really good effort. That's how you should have to use Warrior Monks. If Warrior Monks were like that, were the only way to use them, were to be these really strong, dependable units that you would just use to bolster your line in key places, it'd be very strategic and a great addition to the game. And that's how he's going to use them, and I'm very proud of his monk usage. That's how you should have to do it. So he's going to recognize where the line's starting to falter, and he's going to run them right in, and where they need more support. So the Samurai are doing a pretty good job of holding the line. Let's look at the numbers here on this side real quick. 65 Warrior Monks to 93 Naginata Samurai. But he is taking casualties, and he's still going to have to be careful. The bows are just hammering the enemy. Look, this Katana Samurai is down to 95 men, and we already have some wavering. they're just getting cut down by these bows. Remember, the friendly fire is not an issue with bows, so you can just tear into these monk spammers if they try and get cute. Just hold them down and just tear them down with those bows. These level 7 Ashigaru just tear them apart. This guy has a leadership general, so he's going to use stand to fight. Stand to fight is great against these monk spammers because it gives you that morale boost that you desperately need. Because you can outkill monks. It's not like they're overpowered strength-wise. You can still beat them. Even Naginata Samurai can do pretty well against them. It's just the morale. They can just outlast you and cut you down to a point where you're just going to rout. And so leadership generals are great for dealing with these guys. And in fact, we have wavering on the enemy side, just getting poured into by those bows and just cut down. Just a great response to this monk spam. So another great choice here, sending his bows to shoot right at the general, get him under pressure, push him out of the radius. We have wavering all over, just under that just torrent of arrows, and the general's going to get pushed out, and the radius is now not touching his forces, and we're going to see breaking. Excellent job. This stand and fight is really inspiring his men, and they're just cutting down these monks. But that's when his Great Guard are going to come in. There's one Yari Cavalry and one Great Guard. Way too late. And in fact, I actually forgot about him myself. He probably did too. He had this Katana Cavalry, would have brought him out the moment the lines clashed and everybody was tied down. Once all the enemy infantry is committed, that's when you want to bring out your cavalry. Maybe you forgot him in the micromanagement, didn't end up needing him, so not a big deal, but something to remember in the future. That's when you want to use him. Use him right when the enemy is committed and can't really move to respond. So the Yari Samurai haven't even engaged yet. Having a full Yari Samurai against 3 cavalry units in total, I mean even Great Guard, Yari Samurai are just going to clobber them. So this battle is very well in control of Katakura. He's just going to run up and tie him down. Again, just power spamming. No thought, no strategy. Just run into the enemy and expect to outmuscle him. And he's rightfully just going to get torn apart. He only has one Naginata monk standing, but they are wavering now. There goes the cavalry. A whole lot of good they did. The general is shattered, and there we go. End of the battle. So, good response. These Naginata monk spammers, or any power spammer in general, usually they go on the attack. As you saw from this guy and from my monk video, they just kind of try and zerg and just outmuscle you. So if you see them coming for you, making a beeline right to your force, especially if they're all disorganized, quickly look around your area and see if you have a good defensive position, somewhere especially where you can put your bows, and they can just tear into the enemy. It'll be a big morale loss, besides just plain killing them. So really great response there by Katakura. It really proves that strategy will beat power most of the time. On the larger size battles, spam starts becoming really a big problem. But on these smaller battles, you can definitely use strategy to beat power. And we just saw it. Really great response. There's basically nothing I can criticize with his usage except for forgetting about his cavalry. Use those guys right when the lines have clashed and all the infantry are tied down. But other than that, that was perfect. Got all the enemy tied down, kept his bows safe, and the bows were able to just mow him down. Kept reserves, saved his Naginata monks for the moment that he knew where the battle was gonna be the fiercest, and sent them there. And that's what you want to do with Naginata warrior monks. That should be their job. They're the unbreakable, frenzied berserkers, and they need to go where the battle is going to be hardest. But don't send them out first. Don't let them be the brunt. They're low defense, they'll get cut down. Send someone like your main line infantry, like the Naginatas, to be the first wave, and then move your Naginata warrior monks in. And he did that. Excellent battle. Really great strategy. So thanks for watching, everybody.